Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Aries May 23, 2022. The moon spends the day in your partnership sector, and what others stir in you can be particularly important to you right now. Mercury begins its transit of your home and family sector today, and you're likely to enjoy some revealing and warm conversations in the weeks ahead. Sometimes this transit means a busy home life or frequent discussions with family and loved ones. It can also be a time to evaluate your inner feelings, values, and connections, or assess and negotiate in your domestic life. You seek special moments or patches of rest and a break from overthinking and overdoing. For the most part, you're preoccupied with personal and domestic matters. As you may remember, the moon governs your intimate 8th house of sex, shared resources, and soulmate connections. However, it will be glimmering through thought-provoking Aquarius and your committed 7th house of agreements, compromise, and significant others at this time. How can you continue to communicate with honesty and integrity? Are you and your significant other on the same page? The moon will also clash with your planetary ruler, Jupiter, via your emotionally driven 4th house of home, family matters, and innermost feelings, which could, in turn, create tension between how you're truly feeling and what you're willing to express. The last few weeks may have been especially productive while Mercury was in Aquarius. You could have completed quite a bit of work, especially if it revolved around writing and corresponding with others. Unique conversations could have brought out important details too. As of today, these trains of thought take a twist as Mercury enters Pisces. You may find that the productivity subsides just a little since Mercury in Pisces is prone to daydreaming. If you lose track of time or feel restless, lean into Mars in Aquarius to stay on top of your professional obligations. In the lead up to the moon's return to your financial sector tomorrow, this is an important point in any month for having your antennas up while taking a wait-and-see approach. Even more so with the moon set to face a lot less competition from planets on the income front, at a time when things are settling into place and into a more steady momentum on the income and job fronts. It will be hard interacting with people today. You overreact to the smallest things and feel completely misunderstood. It would do you good to take a step back, clear your thoughts, and start tackling the arguments in a calmer way. Good times are all around you, so don't worry too much about the little details. Just let yourself flow with the grand scheme of things and have fun. If the response you get from prospective dates is not always positive, consider how your approach might be improved. You may want to ask what you could change about yourself. Becoming more self-aware can help you understand what to change, or at least help you appreciate another's point of view or not. The current planetary influence encourages you to question your personal habits. At the same time, you feel mistrustful of the exercise, as though there would be criticism from the universe for anything less than perfect. It is important to notice if this is going on, because it is the key to breaking down a system of denial. When we feel judged, we deny the behavior in question. When we feel a sense of acceptance, we can embrace change. Take care to see your relationships in a realistic light. It's a day, rich and full of your own natural essence. Your love of forming long-lasting friendships and caring for others will be especially strong today. So will your desire to help. Just take care that your humanitarian nature and generosity don't see you taken advantage of. By taking the time to get to know people well and accepting that not everyone sees things as you do, you reduce the risk of being hurt. In a case of perfect timing, the moon just happens to be making its monthly visit to your communication sector during the sun's first and Mercury, the planet of communications, last full day in your relationship sector. With Mercury just a day away from retrograding back out, as the sun turns the solar spotlight onto your relationships, the moon is here, making it even easier to give your emotional responses, relationships, the past, and unsaid words a voice. A day after the sun left your work sector and a day before Mercury is due to return, there is a chance to keep your work hat off. In a case of perfect timing, the moon is in your communication sector during the sun's first and Mercury, the planet of communications, last full day in your relationship sector. With Mercury due to retrograde back out tomorrow, this is not only ensuring the communication lines are open as the solar spotlight turns onto your relationships, but with a little help from the moon, there is a chance to give your relationships, the past and unsaid words, a voice. Our eyes in the sky. The Pisces moon links up with wild card Uranus this morning, which can start the day with a jolt of energy. Your emotions might not be the most predictable right now, so take some time to do a grounding meditation or stretch before you continue with the day. Luckily, the energy here doesn't meet with much conflict, so any surprises that land in your lap are likely to be good ones. Unfortunately, we begin to see some cosmic conflict as the morning continues to unfold. Aspects could make us feel as though our emotions are being repressed, and staying on top of your typical routine could prove to be difficult. If you're having difficulty with time management, remember to be gentle and patient with both yourself and others. You might also find that people are more standoffish now, but it's important that you not take this personally. It likely has nothing to do with you. Watch out for emotional spending right now as well, and don't blow your budget if you find yourself perusing your favorite retail websites. Luckily, the energy is much more easygoing as evening rolls in. You have an opportunity to relax and release any stress or tension that occurred during the day. In the morning, the Pisces moon sextiles Jupiter in Pisces, an influence of harmony and good cheer. Our chief need is to experience comfort and to comfort others, making this an ideal time to gather with friends. We can additionally smooth over conflicts with coworkers and bosses, as long as we are not on deadlines that require us to move very fast. In money or relationships, we may be on the receiving end of a lucky break. This inspires us to give back, offering others a helping hand or lending support to a charitable project. Creative and spiritual activities, as well as getting out into nature, are also encouraged now. Later in the morning, the moon sextiles the Pisces sun, continuing the day's good vibes. All seems right with the world. The stars are aligned. Everything is working in our favor. Matters fall into place with less resistance. In fact, this is the message of this transit. We achieve more when we get out of our own way and let the universe do its thing. Friendships act as confidence boosters, facilitating this low-pressure energy. Loved ones support us for showing up and striving to be our most open-hearted, compassionate, and creative selves. This influence engenders intimacy, helping us to feel safe expressing our unorthodox opinions, unpopular beliefs, or rebellious inclinations with those who stimulate us intellectually and romantically. Venus in Gemini enjoys variety and diversity, and the people we connect with now won't be scared away by our weirdness, those qualities we tend to hold back or hide from public view due to our fear of censure. Subsequently, we feel gratified that we can be our truest selves. This is an ideal transit for parties or social gatherings, meetings of the mind that result in meetings of the heart.